The Chelsea team, down to bare bones with suspensions and injuries to key players, still managed to beat the champions of England again 2-1 at their home turf, with Maresca showing some promising tactics that he has been using in the last few weeks, which we will look at, and we will see how Maresca beat the champions of England once more. Now let's get into the lineups. And Chelsea fielded their only two available centre-back pairing after Chalobah got suspended and the rest are injured. While James didn't play in midfield, he played at right back. Gusto played in midfield actually in this game. And the rest were as they were. Nothing really surprising here. Now Liverpool played basically with a strong lineup. Bradley came in at right back, Kerkez at left back, and the rest as they are. Ishak started at striker instead of Ekitike, who was a doubt for this game. Now with Chelsea's build-up, Maresca has changed some things in recent weeks against Brighton, against Benfica, and we could see that in this game as well with a 4-3-3 build-up basically, with the centre-back spread out, the full-back spread out, then this midfield three of Caicedo, Enzo, and Gusto in this case. Caicedo stays at the base, Enzo Fernandez at the left side, and Gusto at the right side here. So this is different from what Maresca has been doing before the last few weeks, maybe because of the injury of Tosin, but this is something different. Sanchez is out of the picture here, but Liverpool pressed in a 4-4-2. So Chelsea tried to play out with this, but we will see the effects of this 4-3-3 in the next few clips. Now Liverpool pressed in a 4-2-4 or 4-4-2, depending on the situation, but mostly the press started from Ishak and Szoboszlai trying to mark the centre-backs and cover Caicedo at the same time. Ishak is pressing Achampong here. Liverpool forced Chelsea to the right. Salah, instead of staying on Cucurella, then goes to Badiashile so that Chelsea can go down one side and Liverpool can be able to collect the ball. Normally, Enzo Fernandez drops deep, but this instance, he doesn't. Most of the game, Enzo Fernandez and Gusto drop deep, especially Enzo, to be able to allow for more numbers in the build-up. Now, if we look at the tactics board, Chelsea's 4-3-3 build-up against Liverpool's 4-4-2 or 4-2-4 press. And Chelsea were like this, Liverpool were also pressing like this. So a solution Chelsea tried to use against this Liverpool press was either this, Garnacho's run in behind, and a Sanchez pass to Garnacho to receive the ball, which was catching Bradley off, and Konate had to cover this a lot of the time, or balls from Sanchez to Cucurella because Salah, like I said, was trying to press Badiashile. So this ball was definitely on from Sanchez. Sanchez had this ball to Cucurella as well. If that didn't work, then this causes Liverpool's shape to change and Chelsea to then play out of the press. So that was how Chelsea basically played out of Liverpool's press. Now that was Chelsea in the build-up phase from the goalkeeper. Now this is Chelsea in settled possession phase, when they have possession in their own half or just in Liverpool's half, and Liverpool are trying to press them. And Chelsea are in a kind of 2-3 shape, or you can call it 4-1 shape if you like, but in a shape which is quite different from Maresca's 3-2 that he normally uses. Badiashile and Achampong as the two centre-backs, then Caicedo as a lone midfielder this time, then Reece and Cucurella either side of him, and we saw that against Benfica and as well against Brighton. Now this seems to be Maresca's response to not having a central centre-back, and this suits the personnel of centre-backs he has now. Achampong and Badiashile are good defending in wider areas because in this system they'll be needed to do that. You can see James as well as Cucurella also playing this way, but they rotate a lot with their wingers, and Enzo Fernandez and Cucurella also rotate a lot. This way the ball progression is not limited to just the central centre-back. Everyone can progress the ball and in their own way. Achampong is stronger carrying the ball with his feet out of the back. Badiashile is stronger with the ball at his feet passing out of the back. So this is how it looks in settled possession at times. Remember I said there were rotations in this system. even more than before in Maresca's systems. You could see Enzo dropping deep, as well as Caicedo at the base of the midfield, and you could see Cucurella trying to take that space. And this is something particular to this game because Cucurella was instructed, as he mentioned, that Maresca wanted to take advantage of the right-hand side of Liverpool. Salah here tries to press by the shoe, as he did a lot this game, but here Cucurella tries to exploit the space left by Gravenberch, and Salah not tracking his run because Gravenberch was trying to track Enzo Fernandez. So this could look like a classic 4-3-3 like we can see here, and you can see Joao Pedro also pinning the Liverpool centre-backs and Chelsea's wingers pinning the full-backs. So Chelsea's onus in this game, as usual, is try to attack through the middle, drag players out as Liverpool like to press and play through them. And we saw that in Caicedo's goal, which we will analyze in a moment. Now, Chelsea pressed Liverpool man-to-man, which is not uncommon for a Maresca side, but against a Liverpool team that is as dangerous as this, and as well as the best striker in the league in Isak, which means your centre-backs are 1-to-1 against Isak. So it was a very brave approach, but it was very effective. Chelsea didn't necessarily win the ball every single time, but this forced Liverpool into lots of errors. Now let's see an example of Chelsea press. Garnacho and Joao Pedro started as split strikers, with Garnacho coming in from the left to press Konate. When he does that, Cucurella then goes to press Bradley, which he is now because he's out of the frame. But Enzo then stays with Gravenberch, then the rest of the team falls into place, man-to-man press. Chelsea man-to-man press here and force Liverpool into making a mistake to play the ball out of play. Now, another thing that played into Chelsea's favour and Chelsea tried to exploit was the fact that Mamadashvili, Liverpool's goalkeeper that stood in for Alisson, isn't the greatest on the ball. So Chelsea tried to use him as a press trigger when Liverpool tried to play out of the back or pass back to the goalkeeper. Now, despite a Liverpool start that was pretty strong, having the ball in the first 5 to 10 minutes, Chelsea then started to have control of the ball after their press, as we have looked at. Now, Chelsea tried to find lots of balls in behind Liverpool's defense as Liverpool play a high line on the slots. Liverpool tried to press too as well, but here the press wasn't so good because Badiashile had enough time to find this pass to Gusto. Now, Gusto didn't control the ball and was not able to take advantage of this situation that he found himself in. Now, concerning trying to exploit Liverpool in behind, Garnacho was also very important because Garnacho makes constant runs in behind opposition defenses, and Liverpool's high line is just a trigger for Garnacho to make those runs. And Chelsea know that Garnacho making those runs is something that the players have to find, as Sanchez did that here with a very good ball in behind for Garnacho. Garnacho makes that run in behind, and he did this a lot of times this game. Garnacho was that outlet for Chelsea to attack if Chelsea wanted to be direct. Now, like I said, in this system, there are a lot of rotations, especially between Enzo Fernandez and Cucurella. Now, this is very important because this allows Cucurella to use his off-ball movement in the box and also his left-footedness for cutbacks and give Garnacho support on the left. Meanwhile, it also allows Enzo Fernandez to drop deep and conduct the play a bit more than he has been doing if he just plays as the left-sided 10. Now, how did Chelsea take advantage of this? Salah, first of all, is meant to be tracking Cucurella, but a lot of the time, instead of trying to track him, maybe he was instructed, but he kept trying to track and mark Badiashile. Enzo Fernandez then drags Gravenberch out of the space, then Cucurella has space to move into. And a lot of the time, this made sure that Bradley, the Liverpool right back, was 2v1 against Cucurella and Garnacho. Now, this is a situation Chelsea found themselves in many times in this game. Cucurella and Garnacho 2v1 against Bradley. I frankly think Chelsea should have done better with these opportunities a lot of the time, despite the goal coming from that. In this opportunity, Garnacho can receive the ball, Cucurella can make the off-ball run and receive the ball for a cutback. But this was Cucurella trying to cross into the box and a chance wasted to exploit this space. Now let's talk about the moments in the first half that the rotations cost Liverpool trouble. Badiashile has the ball. Liverpool try to press as they usually do. Keep an eye on the players because you can see how the rotations cost Liverpool problems. Enzo Fernandez is trying to draw Gravenberch out of the space like we mentioned, and Cucurella is already looking like he wants to ghost behind Salah, and Salah is not aware of it. Notice Caicedo as well in between Isak and Szoboszlai. Then notice Gusto and McAllister. Now the picture changes because Gusto drops deep as well. Caicedo is still free. McAllister follows Gusto. Now Cucurella has ghosted successfully behind Salah. Enzo drags Gravenberch out of the picture whilst Joao Pedro pins Liverpool's two centre-backs. Badiashile plays the ball to Gusto, who makes a wall pass to Caicedo. Anticipating the situation, McAllister tries to take the ball off Caicedo, but Caicedo does brilliantly to take the ball and eat up the space that is left him behind as he arrows that ball into the top corner. What a brilliant goal. Now, Liverpool were able to get back into the game, but it looked like more of a fortuitous situation because Chelsea were mostly in control, even though it was end-to-end. Isak gets a touch which he tries to bring down into the box, but Gakpo reads it the fastest and puts the ball into the top corner. One of Chelsea's situations from such of the second half's openness was more long balls in behind, and Garnacho once again was a huge outlet for Chelsea, trying to exploit Liverpool in behind. And Sanchez, whose distribution was very good in this game, again tries to find Garnacho in behind. Garnacho gets the ball, and it was dangerous doing this all game, but should have made better of this opportunity. He tried to cross into the box. A cutting and a shot should have been better in this situation. Now, with Chelsea's man-to-man press comes issues that will happen if a man doesn't track the opponent they're marking. Liverpool are trying to play out of the back here, and Chelsea are trying to mark man-to-man, which they did all game to good success. Now, Gravenberch dribbles past Garnacho, which is a nightmare for man-to-man presses because once a man gets past his opponent, then it can lead to a chain reaction of opponents getting past their men. Gravenberch dribbles out of the back. Jones then slips his marker in Enzo Fernandez. Jones gets the ball, and now Liverpool are 4v3 because Enzo Fernandez lost his man. Garnacho could not also get his man, and Liverpool are having a chance in the final third to score. Now, we talked about Cucurella's willingness to run in behind and into the box, and this is very good because the rotations on the left-hand side between Enzo and Cucurella make sure Cucurella can make lots of these runs and Enzo can drop deep to dictate play. Now, this runs in behind Liverpool's defense, which we will see and leads to the goal later on, is very important because Cucurella can cross one time into the box with this half-space run. And when the players attack the ball in the box, it's a dangerous situation for the opposition. Now, those Cucurella runs were important all game, and it proved to be the deciding factor as well, with Cucurella making this run again as Chelsea played out of the back. Enzo Fernandez slips in a brilliant pass to Cucurella, and Cucurella makes this run, puts in a one-time cross, and Estevao is at the back post to bury this. Now, this win is huge credit to Maresca in different ways. To set up against Liverpool in that manner, to be able to use rotations to drag out Liverpool's midfield is what he also did last season. His change is 15 minutes from the end of the game. Gittins coming on, Estevao coming on as well, Guiu coming on, also brought more life into Chelsea's attack. Guiu's pressing ability was very huge in allowing Chelsea to gain control of the ball, making Liverpool lose the ball, and then Estevao and Gittins were electric from the wings. Estevao and Gittins tried to shoot, cutting in a lot of the time to shoot and give Chelsea more vim in attack. And Estevao, of course, scored the winner at the end. So, huge credit to Maresca today. Despite lots of injuries, despite injuries to key players, despite the red cards, the suspensions, Chelsea, even down to bare bones, were able to beat Liverpool at Stamford Bridge against the odds, and Chelsea going to the international break on strong terms. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel with more videos coming soon. and see you soon.